Hello guys, this is Luke Skywalkers and welcome to another video. Today I'll be going through a couple runs, one with Empire and the other with Traya Sith. Okay, let's hop in. I'll just go through the mods first and Zetas, and then I'll go through the strat. So with Palpatine, you want just potency and you just want the Zeta as leadership. So yeah, no crazy speed, just make sure you got potency. With Vader, make sure you got some potency and a fair amount of speed so he takes as many turns. With his secondaries, make sure he has a little bit of offense so he can hit hard too. And make sure you add the Zeta on Merciless Massacre. With Thrawn, you'll want mainly just speed. Nothing exciting. With Moff Gideon, make sure he's got speed again. But then other than that, nothing really required. As you can see, he was only G9. With Nihilus, you want 211. Yeah, so not much speed there. Not much in the stats department. But yeah. Let's hop on in. Just make sure Nihilus has health. Okay. So we're just going to start with a Force Crush to get all the turn meter from the debuffs because he's Empire. Then we're going to go around and Billy Block. And then we're also going to try and get some more turn meter via our Force Crush and also kill some of those side characters. I want to try and make sure Nas is having as many turns as possible so he can get his Annihilates going. Also, make sure you use Vader's Culling Blade as much as possible, especially if there's some debuffs on your enemy, because that means he can get an extra, I think it's 50% damage for every debuff, so that means his damage will increase, and then also when he kills, he gets 100% turn meter, which equals another turn, which equals one step closer to Annihilate. Okay, this time, yeah, we went stun with Palpatine, because all that potency, and also, yeah, you got 3 debuffs, so that's like 60% turn meter just there. And then with Vader, we go with another Force Crush, then that. And then just go around again. With Moff Gideon, we only really have him there for that control the situation, so we can remove all their turn meter. I forgot to mention that earlier. Okay, let's go wave 3. Now here it's pretty much the same deal. Also, I didn't mention, but make sure you fracture people who can either damage you really good, or can either damage you really good, heal really good, or just a combination of two, really. Or anyone that's just a general annoyance. Yep, so do the Force Crush, kill off Barris, Cutting Blade. You see we get like 6 or 7 turns there just because of that. And now I'm holding off on the actual Annihilate because there's an enemy in the next tier who's really tough to kill. So I'm saving it for that, so those get out really early. Okay. I also have the Moff Gideon in here for the Demoralize because it's decreased crit chance and crit damage in offense, I'm pretty sure. Okay, we're just about to hit wave 4. As you can see, the boss here is Shakti, which means all these other clones are going to get 5% protection if they attack our turn, and increased speed, offense, and all that. Yep, so I'll start again with our Force Crush, and then we'll go into our Merciless and just attempt to ability block. But as you can see, everyone's resisting, so it's always great. And then we just kill Fluminara because she's a healer. We don't want these guys getting healed up. Okay, yep, armor. We're trying to get armor shred on the Arc Trooper before he gets any of his entrenched on, which is really annoying. Get some more stuns. Now with Nihilus, we're going to target Shakti to get her just annihilate and just get her out. And then it's just a matter of killing the other clones. Yeah, it's a pretty simple run, really. Okay, on to our second team. This team will be a Traya-led Sith team. In this one, the only ones that are really important to have are Traya and Malik. You can legit just sub in anyone else for those last 3 spots. I did Scion for another tank, Sith Trooper for a bit more, and Marauder for extra damage. So Traya, you want... With Traya, you want both Hazadas on Compassion as weakness, because that will mean that any enemy who attacks that turn loses 35% max health. And if they get buffs out of turn, they will lose 50% offense for a couple turns. And then with her stats, you saw there was nothing pretty, really. Make sure she's somewhat healthy in that. Just need her to survive to phase 4. With Malik, you really want him to have his both days as well on Gnawing Terror and Jaws of Life, because they're both really useful. One is where you, if they apply a dot or critically hit you, they will be applied with fear for a turn. And the other one is where if he reaches a threshold of either 75%, 50%, 25%, his drain life gets reduced. So you can use that straight away, which is really useful early on. Essentially, once you get to phase 4, as long as Traya's alive, then Malik will pretty much carry that last part of the battle. With his stats, make sure he's got a shit ton of speed so he takes as many turns. And then with Zion, yeah, nothing crazy. So, yeah. We don't need any Zetas on these other 3 though, because they're all pretty useless. You can put anyone in, like I said, but this guy assists, so he's useful. And this guy, again, has a bit of offense. Okay, let's hop into the battle. Okay, so we'll do just start off with a shock so he gets the taunt rolling. As you can see, as that guy's countering us, he's slowly dying. So look how he got the red basically by himself, because every time he counters, that's like 35% max health he's losing. Also on Sith Marauder's basic, you can play offense down, which is good. But it's fairly simple, just make sure he's getting his taunts up, but he'll do most of the battle through his trained force ability, because he can basically pretty much can insta-kill someone's max health, because it does damage equal to 100% of their max health, so the only way they'll survive is if they've got protection. Okay, on to wave 2. Also, make sure you don't use Sith Trooper's AoE ability until he has advantage, because that means he'll critical hit everyone. Again, the drain thing. As you can see, he only survived because he had a bit of protection. Another useful part about Traya is her isolate, because it means that a particular person can't get buffs or attack out of turn, which is useful if you don't want someone getting buffs and then getting the drop on you. And also the fact they can't be healed, so that's really useful. Okay, I'll just let the rest of this wave play out. Also, another thing, when you make sure you do use those Drain Force ability by Malik, because he gets 5% offense for each stack, and then I think that maxes out at 3 stacks. And can also apply healing immunity, I believe, which is also useful. As you can see, we did the shock and the taunt. Unfortunately, I did that without advantage, so obviously we didn't get as much damage, because not everyone would have been critically hit. But honestly, what carries you through this event with this team is Narcis's Drain. Also, I forgot to mention another good thing with Traya's isolate is I'm pretty sure they can't be revived either, so once they die from it while having it on, so that's useful. The trooper that heal, they can revive. Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. Okay, we're on the last wave now. I opened up straight with a Force Drain to try and get this leader out as quickly as possible, because as you can see, he can apply Entrenched, which is a so annoying ability. It's like extra defense and all that, and it's just annoying. As you can see, their fear coming into play because they're critically hitting Malik, which is what we kind of want in a way. We're going after Ayla now because she's can hit pretty hard when she wants to. As you can see, Clone Arc Trip is nearly dead now because of all those Force Drains. And that ability we just used with Scion, it gives 100% health and protection. When he just 100% health when he revives, as you just saw. Which is useful because then you essentially have a self-reviving tank when you have that up. Which is really useful. And that was just finish off the other clones. And Luminara, obviously, she's not a clone. That's pretty much it. So, really, not difficult, really, to use these teams to get 4 out of 4. So, thanks for watching this video, guys. I'll see you guys on the next one.